Good evening and welcome to CEN. I am your DM tonight, John, and I will be joined by our lovely and wonderful players who are all human beings and absolutely alive. I will be joined by Rose, Mason, Ray, Brian, and introducing in his CEN debut, our good friend Nost, as we explore a new adventure this week, as we explore what it's like to hang on the wing of a dragon flight.
All right, I can't wait to be excited. Hi, everybody.
Are we on intro sequence?
No, I don't have one.
Oh, there is no
Oh,
intro sequence. Okay, we carry on.
okay.
I told you guys this earlier.
I,
Don't,
I
no,
He
forgot.
did.
I'm
He
sorry.
said it.
Right, right, right,
He
right,
said
right,
it.
right, right, right. It was just
We're
just
live.
that
We're just having a
quiet
good time,
pause.
everybody. Yeah, right. Okay. But no, we are introducing a new player this week. Nost will be joining us, and Mason is taking a step back from the DM's chair to enjoy himself. We put together this game, Dragonflight, because I have been a longtime fan of 2C Gaming, and their system is incredible. A few weeks ago, you all had went live and created your characters for this game, and in the meantime, we have put together one for Nost as well, as we have 5 young dragons ready to explore the world. But with that, we're going to step into the cinematics, into the scene as we set the stage for our tale. This world is ancient. Civilizations have risen and fallen repeatedly on top of another, or have been lost to nature completely. Raw and new treasures alike can be found both in the ruins of an old and forgotten fortress, or in the treasure room of an insanely powerful lich or king. Magical artifacts created long ago, or new inventions from the slightly insane wizard in his isolated tower out in the country can be found, if one just has the courage and tenacity to go and find them. Your characters are not characters per se. They are eggs. They are potential, near unlimited potential. Any wizard worth his salt knows that the conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy is just a matter of positioning and time and math. Converting that, however, into the potential energy into something that interacts with the magical weave is a bit more complicated. The eggs and parts of creatures that innately touch or play the weave are converted into magical items or spells, and that is a long historied practice that has been known and forgotten and discovered again. But eggs are just that, potential. And there is none more concentrated than the potential of a dragon egg. Therein incubates and waits a potential that can create or topple kingdoms, for even the gods tremble before the mightiest of dragons. Each of you are one of those motes of potential in the world, though you don't exactly know it yet. What you know is that, at least at first, all you know, all you can hear, all that exists in the entire universe is the voice. Her voice. Almost singing to you a song of ancient worlds, of magic, of power and birthright. This female voice. Draca. 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 She would lay beside you and sing for hours. Acanthus gloomflower. Acanthus gloomflower. Acanthus gloomflower. Your soul waits, young poet's soul. Balor, the ravager worm. Balor, the ravager worm. Balor, the ravager worm. Crowns and riches will line your path. Eclipsia, Eclipsia, Eclipsia. Lost knowledge is richer than any coin. Skogdoden, forest death. Skogdoden, forest death. Skogdoden, forest death. The hunt and prowl shall guide your steps. Reshug the steely doom. Resug the steely doom. Resug the steely doom. Drip, drip, drip goes the water. These songs are your entire existence. She sings to you as eternity passes. She sings to you of platinum gods and five-headed goddesses, of riches and servants and hunts, of love, of loss and magic and of power, and of you. For you are dragon, fire and poison and lightning alive. And then it stops. Draca stops. Your world expands beyond her voice, beyond Draca's song. The shell. The shell is what you know now. And as consciousness stirs within you, a muffled world greets your awakening senses. The warmth of the egg cocoon surrounds you, a soft pulsing heartbeat of life. Dull thuds and distant echoes reach your ears as if the world outside is in the midst of some great commotion. Instinct drives you as you stretch and push against the confining walls. Feeling smooth, resilient shell yield slightly under your growing strength. Your claws scrape against the inner surface, sending vibrations through your tiny but powerful form, awakening in you a determination to break free. Mason, Acanthus Gloomflower, alphabetically the first in your group. What does this feel like, and what are your thoughts?
From me breaking out of me getting out of my egg.
From you attempting to break out of your egg, you are pushing against the shell. What are you thinking?
I push against the shell. It's fibrous. It's resistant. It's tense. But there's still a gentle give as I start pushing, and I begin to push more and more. And I still remember the song, and I feel a drive, a desire welling up inside of me. I will find them, and I will make them my friends.
Very cool. Next up, we have Balor, the Ravager Worm. What does this feel like for you?
It feels like an intense, invigorating fire begins to fulfill me as my slight consciousness begins to come out more and more, becomes more aware. I begin to feel the scraping of my claws against the eggshell as I begin to creep and crawl and gnaw of the residue of the essence, as I begin to think deep into my mind, promising riches and glory and crowns of rich line without my path. It is my turn to seize it. Let the flames begin. Let it ravage. Let everyone know what is my name. Let me claim what belongs to me. I want to let everyone know what brings forth to them.
I love it. Eclipsia. You're next, alphabetically.
So push against the egg and just think, gotta find it, gotta find it. It's out there, gotta find it, gotta get out, gotta find it. As she's just trying to press against the shell using her hardened gem-like body and scales to try to break out from, using the strength of her scales to just try to break and crack the eggshell.
Skogdoden. What does this feel like for you?
Feels confining. I need to be free. I need to stretch. I need to eat. I need to hunt. I need to stalk from the shadows. They're gonna know that I'm the best of my kind.
I love it. And finally, Reshug, the Sealy Doom. Your egg is not like the rest. Bang, bang, bang is all you've known. In between the song, like a rhythmic metronome. Bang, bang, bang is all you remember after the song of Draca ends. Bang, bang, bang. As you begin to unfold What is your thoughts?
Um, this incessant banging, it has to go away. I have to get up. I have to move. I have to go somewhere else. And push, 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 bang, bang, push, push.
I love it. With each push and claw, cracks spiderweb across this shell. Tiny rays of light pierce within the darkness. Brightness, brighter than anything you've seen in this dark, cramped cave that you've called home. The rocks, no, they're eggshells. They're called eggshells. These eggshells surrounding you begin to give way, and the world outside becomes clearer. A chorus of shouts, the clatter of metal, the thump of heavy footsteps. Untested limbs and still furled wings fought to release themselves. You struggle to make your body obey your commands. Soft scales scrape across the shell's interior with a wet, grating sound as you work to unfold your compacted form. You mule in fear and anger and righteous fury when the confines do not yield. Clenched talons open, splaying new, sharp claws. Jaws move up and down as your head and neck stretch full and straight, straining against this imprisonment. And a final, powerful shove sends shards of shell flying as you emerge into a blinding and chaotic world. I need each of you to make a constitution saving throw against shell shock.
Do-do-do-do-do. It could be better.
Welcome back to the show, Brian. You get a net one.
I got a natural 20 for a 26.
Is that everybody?
25.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's everybody. Okay, so if you have rolled above a 17,
Damn.
there is no effect. If you have rolled between an 11 and a 16, who got that?
I think that's me. If I'm reading this right, that's a 15.
Okay. Anybody else between 11 and 16? Nope. So 11 to 16, you have the effects of the Bane spell.
Ooh. Ooh.
You subtract 1d4 from your attack rolls and your saving throws. If you have rolled below a 10, so let's see, that would be Skogdoden, that would be Balur.
I think that's it.
Yep. You two are affected by the Bane spell, and you have a -2 to your AC as your body is just not responding the way that you wish that it would. You're still getting used to your new limbs. I will mark your tokens accordingly. However, perhaps from the banging or perhaps from the mental exercises, Eclipsia and the Steely Doom welcome this world strong and ready. And it's a good thing that they do. Because, next page, haha. Blinking against this sudden flood of light, you take in all of your surroundings. The air is cool and damp. The scent of earth and stone mix with something more primal, the musk of your kind, the smell of dragon. Around you, dozens of eggs, some whole and some broken, lie scattered across the cavern floor. The cave walls, which I will show you in just a second, are adorned with ancient markings hinting at a history long forgotten. Your vision remains blurry. In the bright light, still nearly blinds you after spending long months, years, eternities, and centuries in the dark confines of your egg. Still, you force and will your eyes to open wide as you look around for Draca, for your mother. Draca, the dragon word for mother. Where is she? You look for your Draca or some other dragon to welcome you into this world, and you find not. For a moment, you barely determine the difference between one blurred shape and the next. Then you begin to focus on one nearby image that stands out to you as it moves. Let me go ahead and give you guys some eyes.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. Ooh.
You should be able to see your shells.
Yep.
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 And something else.
I don't know if you should see something else. What else do you see? Oh, yeah, huh. Good. That's the one other thing. Look at that. Isn't that weird? That doesn't look like your Draca.
That doesn't look like a dragon.
That's not Mama.
That doesn't look
In
like a
fact-
dragon at all.
As your eyes start to adjust and the shapes take way, you see towering figures that loom over the nest. Their massive forms grotesque. It's been a long day, I'm sorry. Their massive forms grotesque and brutish, casting long, menacing shadows in the dim light of the cave. Their skin is a mottled mix of gray and green, thick and coarse like the bark of an ancient tree, marked with scars and warts that tell tales of countless battles, brutal encounters. Warts, not. No, it's not right. Each muscle ripples beneath this rugged exterior, a testament of their raw and savage strength. This creature stands upright on two legs, not down on four. No wings emerge from its back. No tail sweeps majestically behind it. It has long, greasy hair. Hair, the word is hair.
Ew.
Greasy hair falling around a head that has no tapered snout. It has a flat nose, and its hide is a dull brown, covered by warts instead of scales. Their faces are a twisted parody of human features, grossly exaggerated. Bulbous noses dominate their faces, flaring with every disgusting breath, while jagged, yellow, rotting teeth jut out from their wide, sneering mouths. Their eyes that gleam with a malicious intelligence that peers out from under heavy brows, constantly shifting and scanning the surroundings with a predatory gleam. Their ears, large, twitch at the slightest sound, adding to their almost animalistic, idiotic, slow, disgusting aura. These hulking creatures made of food are clad in rough, piecemeal metal scales that don't belong to them, cobbled together from mismatched scraps of metal and hide. This this armor is the word, armor hangs loosely on their massive frames, rattling and clanking with every movement, loud, clumsy, yet providing some form of protection compared to their soft skin. Huge, gnarled hands, callous and scarred, grip crude weapons. Massive clubs studded with jagged rocks and nails, rusty swords with wicked edges, thick nets designed to ensnare their prey. Whatever this creature is, it's not a dragon, but in its arm, unmistakably, is an unhatched dragon egg.
Mm.
These creatures stand about 10 feet tall, fat, delicious, fat and flesh move underneath their arms. There we go. I flashed that one too.
Oh, there we go.
Oh boy.
Okay.
These intruders are in the midst of their plunder, their heavy guttural speech filling the cavern as they bark orders out of some lazy tongue that has no meaning to you. And they grunt with effort. I believe, did anybody take the ability to speak a language besides Draconic?
I don't know.
I do not believe so. I don't even remember if that was a feature on the thingy.
I'm going with
Oh.
since I don't remember it being a feature, I didn't take it.
If you don't remember, then you probably didn't take it. In fact, the only person that I think might have would be Nost. Nost, you're a special
Draconic.
dragon.
Unfortunately, just draconic.
Nost didn't take it. So you don't understand a thing they're saying,
Oh boy.
but you can hear in the distance, almost like a whisper, banging and dancing around this cave wall, a voice. It's not the voice of Draca, but it's a voice you've heard before somewhere, and in a proper tongue, worthy of being spoken to the great mighty kings and queens of this world that you are. It says, "Save your siblings. They're going to kill us all." But the intruders, their voices are rough and gravelly, like stones grinding together, but they communicate with crude, brutish efficiency. Around them, the precious eggs of your kind are being loaded into a large, rickety cart. The cart creaks and groans under the weight. Its wheels are carved from thick, heavy wood that strains against this burden. Each egg is handled with a disturbing combination of care and roughness, as if the intruders understand the value, but have no regard for the life, the potential, the greatness that lies within. They dare to haul the eggs with their massive, dirty, brutish hands, placing them on layers of straw within the cart to prevent them from cracking. The cart itself is a makeshift contraption of trash, cobbled together from planks of wood and bound with rope, its structures barely holding together under the weight of its cargo. As you and your fellow hatchlings emerge from your shells, the air is filled with the sound of cracking and the sudden shrill cries of these newborn dragons. The intruders freeze in their tracks, their eyes widen in surprise and alarm. They exchange quick, panicked glances, their faces contorting into expressions of shock and aggression. A realization dawns upon them that their theft has been interrupted by the very beings they sought to steal. The reaction is immediate and violent. The leader, a particularly large and brutish figure with a jagged scar running down the side and across the bottom of his face, lets out a bellowing roar. Raising its crude club high above his head, the others follow suit, brandishing nets and weapons and preparing to defend their prize. Your clutch, your family. The cave fills with the echoing sounds of their roars and the clatter of their armor, as a battle between the hatchlings and the intruders begins. Roll initiative.
What the
Mine.
frick? I rolled a natural one.
Oh,
Don't worry, man.
Oh. I have the highest dexterity out of everyone, and I rolled a 1.
Let's see, Skog Doden. If you click on your character, you should see a button that pops up on the top left that says NPC Initiative.
I did it.
And oh, okay. Oh, very nice. Natural 20.
I'm back.
All right, so nat
Ugh.
20 means you get a surprise round. Nat 1 means that you get to sit for the first round, as per usual.
I just sat there. I'm
Um,
trying to decide if they're friends or not.
You can hear that tiny voice whispering in the distance that these are enemies and they're trying to kill you. You've
But-
seen what they're dare to do. And lying around you, you can see the bodies of the blessed keepers of your kind, broken and twisted and contorted, stepped and crushed into jelly. If they would do that to your servants, what will they do to you? Top of the round, Skog Dolden.
Um, let's see. I want to go up and kind of basically just go after this guy. Just start like tearing at him, biting him, very viciously.
All right, if you click your token, you should be able to move it with your arrows, or you can move it with your mouse, your choice. But show me who you go after. There are many in this room.
This guy here. All right, and I have Bane on, right?
You do, yes. So you already have Bless turned on your character sheet. We're just going to subtract it instead of adding it.
Okay. So I make a bite attack, correct?
You can do any one of your three natural weapons. They have different ranges. Bite has a range of 10 feet, Tail has a range of 15 feet, Claw has a range of 5 feet. Bite's usually the strongest.
Yeah, I'll go with a bite.
Go for the jugular.
Would that be at advantage because I am flanking?
Not yet, because Acanthus isn't involved in this battle just yet.
I'm kind of in a daze.
Ah, okay. I clicked the right thing. Yes.
Yep. So that's
Here we go. So we got a 12 to hit. Let's see here. Oh, it grabbed an egg. Hold on.
14 to hit? No.
yeah, it's the first. It'll be the first one.
It's the first one. The +1 is it's adding Bless, but since you're Baned, we're subtracting that instead.
Ah, right.
So 13 minus 1 is 12. 12, however, hits.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you immediately launch yourself across the ground, come up to this monster covered in chains, these war chains that he's getting ready to start swinging around his head. But before he does, you lash out and you bite at him right in the meaty part, and you get a taste of that meat. They're made of food, and you're hungry. You deal 16 points of piercing damage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it already does the...
Yeah, it's got all of it calculated.
Yep. That's
Auto
why I
does
like
everything.
Roll20 doing it.
Gotcha.
Yep. So, is there anything else you want to stay there? Or do you want to move?
I'm latching on. Like, I'm just gonna bite. Like, I'm gonna keep coming at him.
All right, surprise round's over. Skog Doden, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to I'm gonna bite.
Oh,
So
higher.
24 minus 4 is a 20 to hit for another 14 as you chomp and you just keep chomping. He screams out, "They're trying to kill us! Just knock them out!" But you don't speak that language, so to you, it sounds like Hjorgen, Borgen, Megan, Morgan.
They're
Snarf,
smorgasbord.
black, snoobity, snap.
Mm-hmm. Herbie derby. Yeah, and I think that's all I'm gonna do because I'm not moving. I'm gonna eat. I'm hungry.
What are your thoughts in this room right now, Skog Doden?
Well, I see them trying to take eggs or egg. So they don't look like me. They look like food. And when I'm done eating this thing, I'm gonna take its head.
Nice. All right, next up is Rishug. Is it Rishug, Rysug? How do you want me to pronounce it?
Rysug.
Rysug. Okay, I apologize. What are you thinking in this moment?
For the briefest moment that thudding has stopped, and it's like, huh. And I see, I roll out of this shell, and it clanks, and then I see what you described, this voice saying you're stealing your hatch, and they've killed your your caretakers, and Rysug just can't have that. And he peers around and sees the closest target, the closest thing, and it doesn't have scales, and he just goes for it, just full speed, just rams and is gonna try and latch onto it. So he's gonna run forward and attack that guy.
Fantastic. And before you get too far, I forgot to ask this. What does Rysug look like? Describe for us the Steely Doom.
Rysug is a steel dragon, so he's the color of polished steel. His scales look like and sound like armor. And those of you who hatched maybe a little bit before I did notice that my egg is different than everyone else's. I am surrounded by a protective shell, but I literally roll up and out of it.
Like a pillybug or an armadillo.
Yes, now there's a part that sloughs off, but I am my shell.
You're an armadillo.
You and the egg are one.
Yes.
A dragadillo.
A
Nope, that's bad.
dragadillo.
That's really bad. Oh no.
Nope.
Yep. Yeah. I am low with that one. I wasn't even trying either. That was a boo boo. But since I forgot and I accidentally skipped you, Skog Doden, would you tell me what you look like to the world? What do they see as you rush forward and proceed to rip this guy bloody?
At the moment, my scales would be green, because that's kind of like the natural color of the forest. But they can shift at will. I am a wingless dragon. I'm a land drake, and I look more like a blend of a wolf, like a Game of Thrones dire wolf, full grown, mixed with um, Smaug from uh, The Hobbit.
Nice.
Very cool.
Cool.
Thank you for that. With that in mind, roll your attack, Ray.
Right.
And you are not Bane. You wake up to the world ready for this. Perhaps it's from being on the edge from the incessant banging.
22 to hit? I don't know how to read that.
So left is regular. The right side is for either when you're rolling with advantage or disadvantage. So if you're rolling with disadvantage, you pick the lower of the two numbers. If you're rolling with advantage, you pick the higher of the two numbers. If you're just rolling, you just take the left number. So it's going to be 18.
Okay.
18 to hit for 12 points of piercing and 9 points of poison. As you go to lash out, you feel almost like what we would describe as heartburn, but this great elemental heart within you flexes. This muscle contracts as it blows out this. Well, what does your poison look like? Because it's special. Is it purple? Is it green?
It's green, but this elemental heart, it's two chambered, and he can feel one side of it squeeze as he bites down, and just this. To him, it feels hot. Just hot liquid lances into his target, and he feels like if he could just figure out how to squeeze that other side, it could do more.
And as you're sitting there and you're figuring out what you learn is called the Draconis Fundamentum, the organ inside dragons that connects them to their element, lies next to their heart and uses the very energy of the weave to convert whatever it is that they eat into their elemental breath weapon. As you start to learn to use this interesting muscle, is that a position you want to rest in, or are you going to move around any further? You lash in, do 21 points of damage to this guy, biting and breathing this green liquid. He screams out, bellows out in pain, and you can see black veins rise from your bite like a viper.
He's just gonna hang here. He's just gonna one at a time just consume each of these things that gets in his way.
Well, he's up first, and he reaches out and he just grabs a great rock from off the ground, and he's going to reach it over his head, and he's going to try to crush you. Rock meets steel. What is your armor class?
17.
As he gets an 11 to hit you, and the rock just crushes in his hand against the steel strength of your natural armor, your scales.
You can see
Now,
what would appear to be a smile.
Eclipsia, you are up next. The obsidian dragon. Would you describe to us the beauty and terror that they behold when you start to act?
I just want to say your token looks adorable.
Thank
It
you.
does.
So the scales, unlike regular chromatic dragons, it looks more like volcanic glass, and it's not as smooth. It's more jagged in some places that come up almost like spines towards the back of its head and on the back of its where I guess its elbows and elbows would be. And then under certain light, it almost looks glossy and reflects almost like a subtle iridescence. And the wings are black and deep dark black and leathery, and the tail and the membrane that connects the leathery wings together almost looks like it's formed out of rock and rock that's all morphed together and almost like carved.
Very cool. Each of you three gets an inspiration. That was wonderfully done. The Steely Doom, the Forest Death, and Eclipsia. No surname required. What would you like to do with your turn?
You said there was a cart that they were loading these eggs on. Where is that in relation to these bad guys? Ooh, very far. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna go up to this guy here. 23 to hit?
Are you baned?
No, I got a 25.
Oh, right. You were ready for the world as well. In that case, a 23 absolutely hits.
All right, and that says 14 piercing.
So you run up to this ogre, this monster. He's also wrapped up in these war chains that he's starting to spin around, and they're starting to get some speed. You can hear the links start to whistle as they pass through the air, and you, following and doing exactly Skog Doden did, you reach out and you just latch on to the leg.
That will be my turn.
14 points of piercing damage. Next up, we have Balor. Balor, describe for me what your magnificence looks like.
All
How
right,
opulent your scales shine.
all right. As Balor comes out of his shell, you see that there's an underglowing yellow glow underneath the bottom of his stomach. His scales on the top of his bare skin, from the top of his head all the way down to the very bottom of his tail, are bright, shining ruby, as if there's an underlying heat beneath it, as if it is glowing internally. He has large, protruding black horns shooting from the back of his head. There are sharp, protruding thorns almost on the side of his head. His scales, as if it's trying to plop into place, as if he's just been fully born. The skill of his eyes, bright yellow, burning hot fire. He lumbles out a large groan as he smells this these new concentrated source of energy. You hear the flickering of his lizard-like tongue, his forked tongue, as it flicks out and makes his first words. Meat. Meat. And it's mine! And he rushes to his feet, and with a flick of his tail, he slaps the guy from behind him who Skulk is attacking reflexively as he then rushes out with his wings protruding off to his side as if letting everyone know, I am here, look at me, as he rushes to this guy. So as I'm moving, tail flicks the one guy, so that's 15 feet, correct?
It is, but you all don't have multi-attack just yet.
Yes, as I'm just
Okay.
running straight to the guy.
Fantastic. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
All right.
A 23, I'm sorry, 23 minus 3, so a 20 to hit for 10 bludgeoning damage. Absolutely hits. As you flick out your tail, and the strength of the blow hits him and almost doubles him over into the, as you hit him in the solar plexus.
Oof.
All right. All right. Let's see here. Oh, for my bonus action, I would like to look at this guy as I'm running towards this ogre right here
Okay.
for to examine him with my, let's see here, with my plan of attack. So, examining the creature. Okay. And with that, that would be the end of my turn. Oh, thank you so much.
Yep. If you click on the Roll20, the little chat bubble, it'll throw whatever that ability is into chat so we can all read it. Plan of attack is a bonus action. You examine a creature, and the next attack that hit it does an extra 2d12 damage, and it scales as you gain levels. As you look and you identify a weak spot, this creature in particular, it seems that their lower back is where all of their weight is centered as they clumsily lumber about on two legs. That's the point to hit.
Delicious. All right, that's the end of my turn.
All right. So, with that, that comes this chain brute as he takes and he's going to start swinging, and he's going to swing down at you, Eclipsia, as he yells and he says, "Get them out of here! We'll take care of these!" But he won't. That is a 10 to hit you, Eclipsia.
Miss.
As he slams down on the ground, but when he does, you instinctively stand up on two legs for a second as the chain comes down, hitting where your head was, and he looks up at you, eye to eye. This creature 10 foot tall, but so are you. Before you land back down, stable on all fours. This other one does the same thing, except he's going after Skogdoden. That is a 23 to hit Skogdoden.
Just hits.
Uh, all right, Skog Doden, I need you. Skog, can I call you Skog?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw or be knocked unconscious for a minute as you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage. Oof. Not
That's the
your
second
day as you
time
get
you
a
rolled a.
7.
That's
A
the
nat
second time
1
you've
and a
rolled a nat
7.
one on a con save.
Balor, by the way, you would have gotten your inspiration as well. I don't realize if I said that or not. But when he does, Eclipsia, as you go to land out the corner of your eye, you see that hit land on Skogdod, and when it does, his body goes limp and he hits the ground unconscious. You can repeat the save at the end of your turn, or when you take damage, you'll wake up. Valor, you see this as you hit this guy in the stomach. He stands up, lashes out at your brother, and knocks him out cold.
He turns off to the side and he says, "No, you shall not trifle. You shall not trifle any of my kin." And I turn towards the guy now, exposing my back to the ogre.
He's going to at that he's going to take his bonus action and he throws a net on Scope Doden.
Mm.
They're just lizards. Knock them out! He yells. This one over here, you hear the creaking of wood and twine and string before a loud thwip as launching out at you, Balor, is a bolt
Mm.
Ooh.
with a 7 to hit you.
Doesn't even register. Doesn't
Yeah,
even
so
feel it.
yeah, so when it does, it just hits the scales on the back flank of you, and your tail just happens to knock it out of the air as it does. You don't even register the scrape as it crashes into the ground next to you. Fury, righteous fury at what this thing would do to your kin. Acanthus, there's a lot going on, but why don't you take a second to describe for us what your character looks like?
So Acanthus is probably the more unique amongst all of these guys because as you look at him, he does not. He looks lizard in shape. Um, but unlike the others, he only has two pairs of legs. He has a pair of wings that come out that are the wing membrane only attaches to the bottom three fingers. The top two, these claws that he's kind of balancing on at the moment on his front with his body. But as you look at him, you realize he looks less lizardy, less like a flesh creature and more almost plant-like. His scales are a mix of dark greens, blacks, but they look closer to being like leaves, like petals in some cases. And starting right along his chest and coming up and around the crown of his head is just this wreath of carnation flowers that just encircle his entire head, runs along his upper arms, his wings, down his back, along his tail, all over his body. You'll see that there are even like thorny protrusions shooting out of his body. Um, he looks strange and bizarre in that sense, but he's also very, very floral, very flamboyant in appearance. And he is just still kind of just staring around, taking in everything, somewhat dazed by everything that's going on, a little sleepy, um, and still trying to quite comprehend what exactly is going on here. Because I rolled in that one, so
Take your inspiration.
thank you, thank you.
All right, next up we have the one that was hunter's marked. As you you marked that area, but he doesn't take notice of what you've done or that you yelled and screamed. But what he did take notice of is that Rysug is right there, and so he's going to move in for the attack. He's going to move right there, and he is going to swing at advantage for flanking. Go to sleep! Slam! With a giant rock, this one connecting Rysug, and you feel jarred as you take 11 points of bludgeoning with a 24 to hit.
Ouch.
All right, with the last bolt launcher, he is going to take a shot. This one is also going to shoot at Balor
Okay.
and gets a 6 to hit you, which doesn't connect for 23 piercing damage.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
These guys hit hard.
Yeah, but you guys got to start the game with how many hit points?
But we're only level 2, John. Only level 2.
This guy with the cart looks and says, Krug, me go Krug, and he starts to leave. Skog Doden. You had 2 turns. You pretty much lose a turn this turn. I need you to repeat that con save. You are unconscious and tied up in a net.
Come on, brother. I know you can do it.
15. The DC is 14. You wake up and you are underneath this weighted net. This guy was going to try to take you as a prize. But that's the end of your turn. Reshug. Rysug. Dang it.
I don't like getting hit. I'm confused. Like I just hatched, and I'm trying to fend off these things. I don't understand what they are. They're tasty, but I don't understand what they are. And now that I find myself fighting 2 of them. I going to enter a blood rage, a primal fury.
Very cool.
I don't know how to pop it up over there because there's no little thing.
I use the same token as they do for that. There should be. Hold on 1 second. I'll pop it up. Let's see. Reshug to see the doom. Oh, it's not written on your sheet. Very well.
I do have it in the.
I'll send it for mine.
Thank you. You all have the same class. So that gives you advantage on attacks. You deal extra damage equal to your proficiency bonus. You have advantage on saving throws on anything that would cause you to be incapacitated, knocked unconscious, paralyzed, petrified, or stunned, but you can't talk.
And this just lasts for a straight minute. It does.
Yep.
It's not even anything we can end early.
Blood fury. I'm gonna whip around and bite the guy who hit me. You don't get to do that.
He has a weak point. It's scent marked on his lower back.
Oh right.
Um,
21.
Balor, go ahead and roll your 2d12 for me. 21 will hit for 12 piercing, 10 poison, and
Plus, so that's 24.
let's see, he rolled 11. There we go. So it'll be 23 points of piercing and 10 points of poison. Oh, yes, your thing's not turned on. Plus another 2. There, I turned on the check for global damage modifier on your sheet. Now that'll automatically pop up on your damage rolls as well. So we've got 23 plus 2 is 25, and then 10 poison. It's 35 points of damage to this guy.
I don't see that math, but I believe you.
Yep, there it is. 12 piercing from your bite, 10 poison from your bite, 11 extra damage because of the mark that Reshug or the mark that Balor put on him,
Okay,
and then 2 from your Primal Fury.
cool.
As you see the scent mark on this thing's lower back, you reach out and bite, and you can feel spine crack as you connect with that bite. What would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
Um, the 5e shuffle over this way,
There you go.
and that'll do it.
Well, that's a crit.
This ogre, he misses the. Actually, it's an 18 to hit. With the. Actually, no, he's not flanking anymore. Yeah, he's going to move to it, though. Oh, he moves 5 feet, swings for an 18 to hit you for 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And then swings again for a nat 20
Damn.
for another 29 points of bludgeoning damage. So, total of a bunch.
Good thing you're
Ray,
raging. Oh my lord.
don't you have keeled scales? Wasn't that your dragon feet that
I
you
don't
took?
know.
No, his dragon feet was poison based.
Right. Because he was a poison thing. I remember.
So how much damage did I take?
Let's see, 29 plus 12. That's 41.
Mm.
As he looks at you and he says, "Get in the bag, kitty!" Slam, slam.
Kitty.
Kitty.
Eclipsia.
I have the carts to the north of the stairs, right?
Yes, that cart's to the north of the stairs, and that guy has started to leave.
Then I'm going to speak to my the other dragons and tell them to give them hell and remind them that they are weaker than us as I cast Fog Cloud. Hopefully that makes them not be able to see since we all have blind sight.
We all have blind sight.
Yeah, your
Oh
dragons.
my.
We all have 10 feet of blind sight.
20. And I'm going
Oh yeah,
to leave towards the
got that.
stairs to catch up to the cart. Which will provoke an off attack.
Yep, 1 second. There we go. Now the fog cloud isn't on the same layer as you guys. You can see where it is. So he gets that uh, attack, and you are fog cloud's concentration, right?
I believe so. Let me post it. Yes.
Mhm.
There's your concentration token, and he will take that swing. Let's see what did he get. He get a. I'm gonna say no way he got another nat 20. No, he gets a 24 to hit you for 8 bludgeoning. Make a Constitution saving throw for concentration.
Okay. Yeah, I can't even shield out of that. Natural 20 for or 20.
Well, the first one was a 20, but 20 will save. You needed a 10. But you move up. You've got however much many feet of fly speed that you have. The roof in this chamber is relatively high considering it's a cave. It's about 25, 30 feet high. The pit that you all are in above those stairs is a little bit deeper than that. The one you're looking for is that way.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
All right.
Yep. I'm gonna fly up and over them, I think, and land on this other side by the cart since I got 80 feet of fly speed.
Well, you used 25 to get there. So you can get to right about there.
I'll just wait here for now then.
You don't have to land in between your flights. You can stay in the air if you like.
No, I know, but I'm fine here.
Okay.
They're in a cone.
Oh, that's not a thing. Balor, it is your turn.
All right.
You are
Uh,
surrounded by this fog, but you feel right at home. You can tell that these clumsy oafs can't see a thing.
this is perfect. I would like to. I would like to see if I can grab the net that's currently restraining my brethren. Sorry. What was your character name again? Skog Doden.
You got it.
Yep.
Skog Doden. All right, Skog Doden. I'm gonna go over and bite the net off Skog Doden. We're gonna remove it.
You use your action and you remove the net. The net is off.
Amazing. All right, I'd like to see if I can help him to see if I can help him to his feet, and then I'll say to him, "This is perfect. They cannot see us. Go. I will see if I can stay and help with the rest. These flesh things. I wish to taste them before I leave." And that is the end of my turn.
You don't want to use your bonus action?
Actually, yes, I can. Actually, thank you for reminding me about that. I'll like spend my bonus action. I'd like to examine this person for his weakness.
The chain brute. You see that his lower back is wrapped in these thick chains, but it looks like his neck is also wrapped in chain, and he doesn't look like he hangs very well. So you mark that with a scent.
All right, excellent. I'll just move closer to him, and that's the end of my turn.
All right, this one saw Eclipsia run. Eclipsia, are you on the ground or in the air?
I'm in the air.
Go ahead and you know how to do your altitude token, so give me an altitude token then, please. From the ground. And this guy, looking up, has no way to affect the air. He's going to roll to see if he recharges. He does not recharge his ability, so he's going to run up to Acanthus.
Okay.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm sort of good at those. But I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll it too, because I'm faint. Yay.
Oh, let me fix that ability. I hate that they don't put damage dice on abilities like this naturally. It's such a pain.
Is this
There we go. This should
considered
work. Fantastic. 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
okay? Is this considered a melee attack? Or
Um, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a melee attack. He's using his chain sweep, I guess. Yeah.
okay, because my draconic feature is sharp and pointy, and is when you are hit by a melee attack, I can use my reaction to deal bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage to the attacker equal to half the damage I took from the attack, rounded down. Would you say that qualifies for this?
Yeah, so when he goes and he swings this chain, you lash out with your tail, and he hits into these spines, and you see as you tear into him for 4 points of piercing damage, or slashing,
Okay.
whichever one it is.
It'd be bludgeoning. I think it's the same damage type.
That's neat. Your spikes do bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
This guy does not recharge either. He can't see anything, but he knows where Skogdoden was, and he knows that he was tied up, so he's going to make an attack. This attack is at disadvantage. Actually, that's not what he's going to do at all. He's just going to start spinning it around his head like a helicopter, like he's from North Carolina. I need Acanthus and Balor and Skogdoden to make dexterity saving throws.
Boy.
It is a DC 14, so Balor
Roll
gets a
2.
9.
If this was blessed, this would be better. Instead of Bane.
Acanthus gets a 6. And
-4 because I'm baned. From
yeah, so
Shell.
2. So Acanthus gets a 2. Balor gets a 9. And oh no. Skogdoden gets a 17 minus 4 is a 13. DC's 14. So you each take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And are knocked prone.
Oh
Got it.
boy.
Wasn't I already prone?
You are. Now you're knocked proner. The
You are
rare
pronified.
condition, pronered.
Don't worry. There's a cream for that.
That is his turn. He can't see. That's all he can do. These bolt launchers, they can't see most dragons, but they can see the one flying. So he's going to fire at you, Eclipsia. He gets a
Shield.
19 to. He gets a 19 to hit you, and you look and you can feel this ballista bolt come flying at you, and you reach out instinctively, shielding yourself in this magical energy, and you see it just barely deflect that bolt, and it goes crashing into the ceiling behind you. apparently you can do magic. Acanthus, it is your turn. You have been beaten with chains,
This is not something that friends would do. All
and you
right.
are 12 seconds old.
Had a very abusive childhood. Um, from the moment I was born, I was beaten by chains. I'm going to use half my movement speed to stand up. Um, I'm going to move up here a little bit. Moving between these two. As a bonus action, all the flowers across his entire body are going to shake as he's just now very upset with everything that's going on and wishes everyone would just stop being so mean to him. And I'm going to release my toxic pheromone, which is a 15-foot radius, which lasts for an hour. Um, Let me get that aura up.
Got it.
You got it? Cool. Any creature within that radius at the start of their turn, I can choose to force them to make a Constitution saving throw. If they fail the saving throw, they are afflicted by my Tranquility Pheromone, which they will be afflicted for 8 hours. They are overcome. They are so overcome and cannot knowingly harm or affect another creature without said creature's explicit consent. If they fail the saving throw.
All right, throw me the text up because I've forgotten the saving throw. That's so cool.
Yeah. So it'll be a
All right,
con
here we go.
save.
It's a
It's
con
at the
save. What's your
start of their
DC?
turn. It's at the start of their turn. My con
I'm gonna
save
roll
is
it now.
okay. It's a 14 because it's 2 plus proficiency, and I used
They
it.
both fail.
Okay. They cannot knowingly harm or affect another creature without said creature's explicit consent. If they take damage from an enemy creature, they can immediately repeat the saving throw to end the effect. So that's my bonus action.
Hold on one second.
Pretty gnarly bonus action. Pretty good.
Is it any creature? Is it every creature or creatures of your choice?
Creatures of my choice. So technically, this
Oh,
occurs
okay,
at the start
fantastic.
of their turn. This technically occurs at the start of their turn.
Yeah, they've already used their reactions though.
Yeah. Um. And all right. With that, they will be pacified for a little bit. Um. But I wanted to emphasize that it started at the start of their turn because I am going to take a. I'm going to attempt to grapple this guy here in the fog.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check at advantage, and he will oppose it at disadvantage.
Yes.
That might offset your bane.
That's a natural 20. So he is
You
officially
grab him.
grappled. Yeah, I grab him. I'm going to hold him there in that fog, and he is not going to be able to do anything about it because he cannot oppose me or do anything to me. And he is completely blind. So I finally snap out of this. I kind of slide up between these two. This gas emits as my tail slides over, wraps its way around this other guy's legs, and my wings come around him and just give him a big old hug. And he feels chemically induced to not resist me. I can't.
You're secretly an opium dragon.
I am the druggie of the group. And that will be
Poppy
turn.
dragon. Now, when you grapple people, doesn't that cause them damage?
No. Only so the sharp and pointy feature that is creatures have disadvantage on strength ability checks against me. When I'm hit by a melee attack, I can use my reaction to inflict damage,
Gotcha. Okay.
and my natural weapons inflict horrific wounds.
Yeah. Just blood everywhere. Death
Yeah,
hugs.
all the hugs. All
Covered
right,
in thorns.
that will be Acanthus's turn.
This guy is blind but flanking, so with a straight roll, he's going to try and slam out where Rysug was before this thing took off. So he's going to go ahead and swing a straight roll. Looking for 17. He gets a 25.
Damn.
And he hits for 13 points of damage.
Is
By my
Rysug
math,
considered inside the fog cloud?
he is, yeah.
So wouldn't that attack be at disadvantage because he can't because the ogre can't see Rysug technically?
It is, but it's also at advantage because of the flanking.
Oh, that's true.
So advantage, disadvantage cancel out to a normal roll. The first roll was a 25. By my math, that puts Rysug to the ground unconscious.
Puts me to 7, but
What'd you say?
I have 7.
Oh, you have 7 more?
I have 7 hit points. Yeah, right now.
Oh, fantastic. I'm glad that my math was off.
Huzzah.
I apologize. There we go. You were still up and fighting in this fog cloud. The bolt launcher. This one is also going to look up. Can't see where any of the other ones went, so it's going to fire at you, Eclipsia. It's looking for a 22, I think? It gets a 17. So once again, this bolt come whizzing towards you with that shield still that you materialized from the weave is still there, still solid, and deflects the second bolt as well as the first. And then you hear the cartwheels move. Top of the round, would you guys like a minute to plan?
Okay. I have these two basically. They are not going to be able to do anything to any living creature for the next 8 hours unless we damage them. They are.
This one and this one.
These two, yeah. They both failed their save. They cannot do anything for 8 hours unless we damage them, which case they get to re-roll. So they are really not a threat, period, right now.
Okay.
Rysug's about to get knocked out. I can't see the top of the map. Eclipsia, things look on your side.
There's 3 up there.
Oh boy.
I'm about to strafe run them to go get the cart though. If someone wants to come help me though.
Okay.
Do you need someone strong or do you need someone fast?
Doesn't matter. I was just gonna strafing run, burn them, and just fly right over all of them to get the cart. And then my plan was use a telekinesis to push the cart back into the fog cloud with us.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Okay. Then what do you think I should do then? Do you think I should just help Rysug, or should I like help with my channel breath?
I think you should hop over to Rysug because you and Skog are close to Rysug. I have a flight speed of 110. These guys can't take attacks of opportunity against me anymore, so I can drop this one guy and then go help Eclipsia.
I think that sounds like a good plan. That sounds good.
Okay, let's go with
You
that.
go help
That's your minute.
Rysug. Okay.
Time's up. So, good planning. This is the first time you've really played with me. Usually, I try to remember to do this, but at the top of the round, I'll give people 1 minute on a timer to discuss things because you players are exceptional individuals and work together incredibly well. That's why you stay together, and that's how I represent that. If I forget, you can always ask for it, but I try not to forget. And Rose usually doesn't let me forget.
Sure don't.
The only exception is a surprise round because you're surprised. So the first round, the surprise round, and the round following a surprise round, you're all surprised, so you don't get to do it. Every round after that, you do. But Skog Dulden, it is your turn. You have had an explosive 18 seconds of life. What would you like to do?
So I see the other land drake and he looks hurt.
Yes.
And then there's these two that are
pummeling him to death.
Okay. So what? Half my movement to stand up from prone.
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm very angry. I'm going to try to hit all 3 of these people with a breath weapon, and I'm going to move.
Very cool.
Here. So that
this guy is blinded and doesn't want to attack anyone right now.
15, 15, 50.
He keeps mentioning something called Funyuns, but you don't speak that language.
They sound disgusting. So let me. I gotta read my thing. Where is it?
If you press the breath weapon button, it's gonna pop up because I put the text in there.
Oh, fantastic.
So you release your emerald flame in a cone. Each creature of your choice must make a dexterity saving throw or take fire damage. Additionally, each creature of your choice regains a number of hit points equal to the damage.
I want to heal the 2 ogres and hurt. Right? No, scratch that. Other way.
He's gonna bargain.
You're all playing Dungeons and Dragons, and Skog Doden's playing Highlander.
There can only be one.
There can only be one land drake. So Skogdo, so Rysug will heal 18, and the other 2 need to make a dexterity saving throw.
But Brian, they're not good at dexterity saving throws. They're big ogres.
Well,
Oh, I take that back.
well, they both take 9.
But still, these green flames light up the entire area, and you feel this fire rush over you, but it feels less like a burn, Rysug, and more like a tempering flame upon the steel scales. I represent your recharge abilities with a blue dot. At the end of your turns, you get to roll a d6 to see if it comes back. So, Skogdoden, roll a d6.
Oh, yeah, on here, huh?
Yep. So, to roll regular dice, on the left-hand side, you'll see a d20. Hover your mouse over it, and it'll tell you all the different dice and how many to roll. If you press
Oh,
the
that's
d6
what-
button, it rolls 1.
Did I do that?
Yep, you did.
Yep.
You rolled a 3.
Okay.
So your breath weapon does not recharge this time.
That's okay. Rysug healed some.
Rysug. Yeah, I mean, that was a huge deal. You tripled his hit points, Rysug.
Yeah. Blood raging, but
You're mad.
I am very mad. I'm upset.
Very not happy with this.
Very not happy. But angry and not aware of my situation are 2 different things. It's also not the.
And you do know you are fully covered by this fog cloud. They can't see you. They're swinging blindly.
Oh,
If that helps your decision-making process.
it does. The last guy to hit me was the guy to my north or my south.
I believe it was the south.
Then I will lash out in that direction.
Or you attack at advantage. Let's see here. So you lash out to the south. Your attack is at disadvantage. You are not Bane, so you get a 14 to hit. 14 absolutely hits. So you're going to do 21 piercing and 11 poison. That is 32 points of damage? Yes, 32 points of damage. As you lash out from the shadows and you bite into his neck and you pump it full of this venom that you keep producing. You can feel it moving between your teeth and out of your fangs. As you latch onto him, you pump him full of this venom. He's bloodied. He is not looking good. He is one breeze away from falling over dying.
Cool. I don't know if I have anything else I can do, so I'll just hang out.
I don't think you have any other bonus actions. Ogre's turn. He is going to assume that you haven't. Whoa, there's a fireball.
That's
So
me.
that's
Sorry,
a
I'm trying to
burning
pull out the
hand.
right token. That's me. I'm trying to pull out the token for my breath weapon. I'm sorry.
Okay. But he's going to yell out again. He said, "No, kitty, get in a bag!" and slams. But an 11, just you feel the rock connect with you. But once again, your scales are stronger than the rock, and the rock turns to dust against you. And that that brings us to Eclipsia.
So I don't think Burning Hands is the right one because it's supposed to be 15 foot, and Burning Hands is not 15 foot.
If you use the handy dandy measuring tool, it's got a cone one. Over on the left hand side, it's got a nice cute little cone thing you can use.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's
that's
15
new.
foot. Yeah, I made my spell tokens before Roll20 released that thing. But yeah, that is what 15 foot looks like.
It barely hits 3 squares. It looks like.
It
I mean,
hits exactly three squares.
3 squares is 15 feet.
I know, but the one looks like it's not hitting, but that's fine. Okay, I'm going to fly over and then kind of fly down a little bit with 80 feet of. I have 80 feet of fly, so I'm going to fly over, fly a little low to strafe them, and I'm going to keep flying across them.
Fun story. Breath weapons, much like many spell effects in D&D, are described as cones, and cones are three-dimensional objects. If you use a 15-foot cone while you are 15 feet above something, it becomes a 15-foot radius.
Let's do it.
Just like if you use an 80-foot cone while you're 80 feet above something, it becomes an 80-foot radius, because trigonometry.
Let's
So,
do it.
if you fly down to 15 feet, release it, it will count as a 15-foot radius.
Dude, that's
And that will, you could manage to hit all three of them at that point. The ogre and the two bolt launchers all at once.
Yep, doing that.
What kind of save is it?
It is a deck save. I tried to post it, but it doesn't look like it's written in my thing. But it's
No,
a 15 foot.
just press the button on your attacks that says breath weapon.
Oh, okay. It is a deck save, and on a fail, they're covered in molten fire that can
Oh
only be
no.
removed on their turn by a medicine check.
That's a 2, a 6, and a 5. So you just release hot, molten rock upon them. A creature so coded takes fire damage equal to your constitution score, big number, at the start of each of its turns.
Unless they pass a medicine check, wisdom medicine check equal to my dragon save DC.
Holy smokes.
She's got a cool one like me.
I do. You may have fire. I literally, I incinerate people with molten rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a cadence in the military, and the line goes, "Napalm sticks to."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a
It's like a
little
pope.
black dot then. Actually, your dots can be purple. We'll give you little purple dots for you.
It's like the residual goo from the egg. You're just kind of spitting all this up.
And if they harden, they turn into volcanic rock, which means I can eat them.
Yay!
As you practice your new hobby of sculpture. At the end of your turn, roll a d6.
3.
You do not recharge. Balor.
Okay. Upon realizing about, as soon as I was about to go for this creature's jugular, I realized it stopped moving. Looking at Acanthus and seeing this bloomage,
I'm just
I
giving
immediately
it a hug.
just giving it a hug. Immediately realized it's your draconic essence at work. Immediately, I turned instinctively and looking at the ogre who was about to smack Rysog in the back of the head with another club attack. I analyzed its quickly its weakness, realizing that the previous ogres were weak in the legs. I immediately rushed towards the ogre, and I try to push all my weight on top of it, and I try biting the leg, see if I can knock it prone.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll an attack and check your extra damage, the studied target or whatever it's called. As you leave this chain brute's reach, though, he's going to use his reaction and he's going to give you a butt slap of encouragement of opportunity.
Oh boy.
He cannot take any action against any other creature without their consent. That's the effect of tranquility.
I said that he gives a butt slap of encouragement.
Oh, okay.
Go get him, Tiger.
Does Balor consent? I'm sorry, it's exactly what the text says. It requires consent.
Sure, why not? Go ahead. Tap on the wing. Tap it on the wing. All right.
Canthus from the Title IX.
I feel like it's so
Okay.
fitting for Mason though, just to be like, is this okay? Do you want me to get this guy for you? He's like in a headlock hug.
I'll let it happen. Let it happen. He's good. He's chill.
Yeah, but
All right.
okay, so you run up, go ahead, and there we go. The attack, are you baned? You are. So that is a 17 to hit. 17 absolutely is going to hit. And the 2d12 plan of attack, that's what it is, not focus target. Plan of attack is right there. So you go in and you bite this creature, and when you do, you deal 23 points of piercing damage and 6 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
I'm just grabbing onto this guy's leg and I'm trying to just turn my mouth, twist it, do a death roll.
And you do exactly that as the leg rips and tears free. He hits the ground screaming briefly before your tail slams down on his throat and silences him forever. He's dead.
Ooh, I scream out and roar.
First blood goes to Balor. Well, first kill. First blood goes to Skogdoden, who said, "Oh, you want to take a turn? I'm taking two. Screw you, buddy." And now I'm taking a nap. It's like the haste spell wore off, right? He had that explosive opening, and it was like, "Oh, nap time."
Hey, I
Wait.
got mine. That's all that mattered.
Too much activity when you're first born.
This guy doesn't want to attack anyone, so he's going to dodge. This guy doesn't want to attack anyone, so he is also going to dodge. This bolt launcher absolutely wants to attack someone, so he's going to move and fire against Eclipsia. At the start of his turn, he takes your Constitution score, big number, and fire damage. How much is that?
19.
Holy crap.
Buffed con.
She says, I built into this trick.
Sticky fire.
He runs, he shoots at you. He doesn't have advantage, so that does not do 26 points of damage of piercing. He rolled really well, too. 9, 9, and 7.
Thank you for the follow, Nintendo Switch Lover 87.
Hey, Nintendo Switch Lover 87, thank you so much for the following. I hope you like what you're seeing. Welcome to Dragonflight, and like and subscribe, and we'll be interactive with you.
Yes.
I'll let you pick the next bad guy.
No.
Tell 7 of your friends.
There you go. Tell 7 of your friends. Acanthus, it is the start of your turn. You smell cooking flesh, blood, and death, and it smells like supper.
All
And
right.
you probably hear maniacal laughing in Draconic.
I look between these two, and Acanthus speaks for the first time in his life. All right, I want both of you to behave and stay here, okay? Be nice, be good friends. I'm gonna go make more friends. And then he detaches, lets one guy out of his grapple. He's gonna fly up here, which takes 35 feet. He has a remaining 75 feet after that. Well, that is not the tool I wanted. I wanted the line tool.
Excuse me.
So I can get to. Frick,
Eclipse
I can
you.
get right up onto these guys. Yeah, I can get right up to these guys. Um, I am going to fly to here and situate myself between these two guys. Is the cart up here the one that's got all the eggs on it?
Yes.
Okay.
And it is. I don't know. You should be able to see him from where you are. Actually, no, you don't. But it's being pulled by something. You
Okay.
can't quite see what. But you fly over there. Your bloom isn't like an AOE aura that follows you, right? Like you have to activate it for
No,
it to tick.
it's on me for so it lasts. It's exuded from me for an hour, up to an hour, or unless I choose to turn it off. Those affected are affected by it for up to 8 hours, unless they take damage, in which case they get to attempt to re-roll. There's
This
a
is
big
great.
trade-off for this power. This is an awesome power from the Orchid Dragons. There's a trade-off, which is I'm not immune to a lightning, which is my energy type. So I get to this point, but seeing that Eclipsia seems to have everything under control, I'm going to use my action to dash. They will get attacks of opportunity against me if they see fit because they're not affected by the pheromone yet.
Okay.
I love
All
this.
right.
I will
First,
make you.
it's what? It's a con save, right?
No, they don't. So they don't officially have to make the save until the start of their turn.
Okay, all right, then yeah, they're going to reach out and they're going to try to whack you. They can't attack
Okay.
with their bolt launchers because it's a range attack, but they do have hands.
Yep.
That's a nat 20 and a 23.
Both will hit.
So as you fly by, they both, oh no, they punch you your spiky ass with their bare fists. Each does 10 points of damage.
I'm going to use my reaction. You know what? I'm going to use my reaction against the guy who did the nat 20 just to punish him. So he takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage back as my tail whacks him across the head as I continue flying by.
You
And I'm
got
going to
it.
get up here and I'm going to perch on the front of this cart. I'm just going to land there. I'm just going to fold my wings in, look at the guy, and say, "Hi, I'm Acanthus. Will you be my friend?"
So did you dash to get that far? Did you have that
Yes,
much
I
move?
use my
Okay,
action to dash.
fantastic. Thank you.
That is it for my turn. As I just
Oh
perch on
man.
the front of this cart.
All right, this guy, this egg thief, is dead. This bolt launcher did not like that when he punched the dragon in the wings, it whacked him in the back of the neck with a spike. So he's going to move forward. You're still in the air, right, Eclipsia?
I am, but he also takes 19 points of molten fire.
Oh god. What? Yeah, they're too stupid to do anything about that other than try to get it off. But he doesn't do that yet because that hurt. What is your altitude, Eclipsia?
I was at 30.
Then yeah, you know what? He is odd or even.
Odd.
74. He rolled even. He gonna shoot you. A 19 to hit you.
Shield.
As you channel, you're like, wait, I can do this all day, and you channel another arcane shield in front of you. This guy pulling the cart starts his turn, so he has to
He
make the
needs to make a
save.
Constitution saving throw against toxic pheromone.
He gets a 15. What's your DC?
DC is 14, so he is not affected until his next turn, where he has to potentially roll again. Let me double check, make sure they don't become immune if they succeed. No, it's a start of every single turn. So he'll have to make the save again whenever it comes around to his turn again.
Yep. He yells out, "Krug, Krug!" And then he's going to try and smash your head against the wall.
All right, bring it.
But he gets an 8 to hit you.
Unlike everyone else who's kind of been able to just take the hits, Acanthus, whenever he hits Acanthus, his body just kind of flexes out of the way like a green plant, almost like how like green plants are just very soft when you hit them.
All
Like
right, top
green
of the
skin.
round. You guys want a minute to plan.
I'm about to AoE them again.
See here. We're about to have 2 bogeys on our butt from behind pretty soon. If we can jump on the one guy, I think we
The
can.
two who were affected by my cloud, they're affected for 8 hours. So as long as you
Oh,
guys don't damage them, they
oh, okay.
literally can do nothing to any other creature without its consent.
When
Oh,
when
so
you
it's
say damage, like if I bite its throat out, does that count as damage?
That will probably count as damage, and it'll break the pharaoh. It'll let them re-roll. Like you can attack them, they'll get more chances to re-roll and break the effect. There's always a chance they'll fail, but they get more chances to succeed.
Okay.
Are you guys excited as a player campaign to ever go up against Orchid Dragons?
You will
No.
be my
As a
friend.
player, no.
That's just one of the options. I think one of the other options was like sleep or something.
It was
Oh,
sleep. I saw it. It was
they've got
beautiful.
sleep, they've got vulnerabilities. They're
Affection, despair,
wonderfully done.
poison, rage, and tranquility.
never been scared before of a plant before in my life.
Yeah, right. All right, Skok Doden.
Okay. So I'm
You
going
can
to.
tell that Rizug is in this mindless primal fury that you can tap into
Oh
if
yeah,
you so chose.
I am also going to go into a primal fury,
Oh no.
and I'm going to go 5, 10, 15. I can't see any of this.
Yep, that's because that is a big change in altitude. That's a wall.
He's standing on a wall.
He is.
Is he? Okay.
Spider
Am I standing on a wall?
You are now.
Okay.
You're big enough to do it. You're large creatures. You're 10 foot
Okay.
tall. This wall is not 10 foot tall. So you can very easily put your front half on one half and your back half on the other.
Okay. Can I keep moving?
Yes, it would count as difficult terrain for the next square.
Mm, it won't let me move. Oh, there we go.
I have to move you out the wall.
Okay. So I'm gonna get here. So does that count as flanking?
Absolutely does.
Okay. Actually, it didn't matter because I already have advantage.
advantage on everything.
Yeah.
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 Primal.
Um, but I kind of do like that, like skulking stalker, kind of like walk behind, and after seeing uh Valor kind of go low, I'm gonna do something that I learned at work. Aim low. And I'm going to go for a bites attack.
And you are Baned, right? You've got both of them, Bane and the -2 AC. So that would be 17 -2 is a 15 to hit. 15 absolutely hits for
All right.
15 points of piercing damage.
Yes.
You go low and you bite in, and you feel tendons and ligaments and meat snap as you take a chunk out of his leg, and he leans back hard, trying to make up for what you just took.
All right.
He's now bloodied.
And I can now roll a d6 to see if I get my thing back.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You do not recharge your breath weapon yet.
I do not. Okay.
Steely Doom, it is your turn.
I see my brother go low, which causes him to flinch and open up that sweet spot right here on the neck. Chop. Okay. Come on, dice.
Did roll 20 slow?
Probably.
It does that sometimes.
It's real slow.
18, and you are not baned. Oof, jeez. That damage though. You bite into him. You do 17 piercing and 3 poison, 20 points of damage. as you just time and time and time again inject this poison into him. And you can see it's almost acidic in the way that it melts away the flesh and sends those veins and blood vessels swelling and turning black. A wave of spider webs after every bite you've inflicted on this poor creature. Not poor creature, invader, thief.
Cur. Doo-doo. Yeah, I'm doing good right here. We've latched on. I'm just gonna hang out.
Fantastic. Moving forward, we have the ogre. Um, he is not in a good position, and at the start of his turn, he takes. How much was it, Eclipsia?
19.
Describe for me how you kill steal your brothers as you kill him.
I want him to like freeze in molten rock into like a statue mid-swing.
So you bite this, you bite him, and you see this happen. And as it does, this liquid fire that was on his head drips down, and it just solidifies as he turns into a volcanic rock, pumice statue. He's dead.
Yay!
I can imagine the effect. We're all just like perplexed, like what happened?
Eclipsia.
So this cart isn't unattended, right?
No, it's currently being pulled by a big ogre who is trying to drag it somewhere. Was trying to drag it somewhere. Then he started yelling, Krug, 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 and
There room on the other side of him?
passing through him in that area is going. As you get further and further north, the area for the top of the cave starts to taper down to where it's barely 10 feet tall, right wherever it bottlenecks. So he's effectively plugging that hole right now, which is why he stopped there whenever you guys caught up.
Okay. So is he squeezing technically then, so attacks would have advantage?
Not yet, but he will be if he goes any further.
If I were to try to use Lightning Lord to pull him, would I be able to pull him or would he be too stuck?
You could pull him. Because of where Acanthus is, it would have to be straight down from where he is, so straight south.
Like that?
Yep, that would pull him straight down.
I'm going to try it.
All right, so he makes a strength save. So you lash out with this lure of lightning that you conjure in between your claws, and whenever you hit him, it wraps around his arm, and he just flexes out of it, and it shatters.
That'll be my turn. I'm going to sit right here.
Wow, you guys in the meme channel, I love it. Balor. Oh, Eclipsia, roll a d6 for your breath weapon, right?
I already did.
Oh, fantastic. You do not recharge, Balor.
Nope.
Okay. Seeing that this next ogre just turned to crystalline form, uh, I'm gonna take a chunk of meat out of this ogre, swallow it, because like I just got born, I'm hungry, I need something to eat, and then he says, "All right, the rest of us, we must protect the egg. Follow after our brethren." And I spread my wings and I flap and I start flying. And I
Fantastic.
move 80 feet. That's doo doo and doo doo and there we go. Oh, there I am.
All the flyers are, let's move, and then the Landrix are like, okay, they drop.
Yep.
We'll kill everything back here. You got it.
Didn't even register. It's like, oh, you guys didn't have wings. That's crazy.
Anything with your action? You want to dash?
let's see here. Actually, I would like to actually yes, I can. I can dash, and can I use a bonus action while I'm dashing as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, as I'm doing that, I like to see if I can fly around back here and flank them, and I will like spend a bonus action to tell Skododen here uh the plan of attack, and I'll post it again real quick, saying that strike him from the bottom of his left toe, pull him out from the side, and that'll be the end of my turn.
This guy, he looks around and he goes, excuse me, do you mind if I? Well, it didn't complain, and he picks up an egg. That's his turn.
Explicit consent.
This one says, "Oh, the eggs will let us pick us up. Okay," and he picks up the remnants of Balor's egg.
Hmm.
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 I'm sorry, was I supposed to did I hear someone say that they're gonna pick up the remnants of my egg? Sorry, say that again.
No,
The
but when he walks out, you see him holding it.
Oh,
He's taking it as his prize.
okay, that
It's an
completes
egg, so
into
it's
it.
not a living thing, so it's not a creature, so it's actually totally fine.
All right.
This guy starts his turn and takes
19.
19.
19 fire damage. He's going to put himself out.
Make a medicine check.
What's your DC? It's a 14.
14.
He
Mm-hmm.
puts himself out. That's his turn. Acanthus.
All right, seeing this guy in front of me, um, he's already had a turn. He succeeded. Did he succeed against the toxin?
Yes, he did. He ended up rolling like a 19 or something.
I don't like the fact that he did that. So, you hear Acanthus take in a deep breath, but then from his actual chest cavity, hidden by the flowers, there are slits that open up, and I'm going to use my breath weapon of conductive gas. It's a
Oh,
15-foot cone, and it creates a heavily obscured area for 1 minute. I'm going to use it to basically cover him. So he is covered up. Creatures, objects, and structures in the affected area are vulnerable to lightning damage dealt specifically by me. So if it's lightning damage that comes from me, they're vulnerable to it. But the big thing right now is that entire area is obscured and he cannot see.
he cannot see. Oh no.
So yeah, about like that, just right through that
Yep.
whole little hallway there.
Oh man. Okay. Let me draw and drop that.
And that is my breath weapon. End of my turn is going to come around. Because I'm going to stay put. I'm going to see if I can force him to make that save again. I'm going to roll a d6. I rolled a 5, so my breath weapon recharges.
Your breath weapon will recharge for next turn. Yes.
Huzzah. And
Oh
that
man.
will be turn. I will be the wild card.
This guy is going to put himself out after he takes 19 more points of damage. Ow! 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 It burns! It burns! I'm too stupid to fix it! It's a con save, right, Mason?
Yep, con save, start of his turn.
All right, he gets an 8. He is charmed.
He is unable to affect any other creature, offensively or defensively, without their explicit consent.
Okay, well, I didn't really want to fight you anyway, and he's gonna walk off with the cart.
We're sitting on it.
I'm sitting on it.
I'm 3,000 pounds by myself. We're sitting on it.
We're
And
sitting
he's a
on the
giant.
cart. Okay, so we're being dragged along on this cart.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't feel like walking anyway.
Yeah, no, this works. Some, they're carrying us away. They're taking us to their leaders for us to be able to deal with this directly.
Good, we're too dignified to walk anyway. My wings are
I mean,
tired.
he just starts dragging you away. He moves 20 feet as he dashes
Hmm.
because the cart's very heavy. You see that even though I don't have the art for it on this cart is filled to the brim with eggs.
I can't just
Skog
start
Doda.
naming them.
You big mad Skog Doda. What would you like to do?
Mm, what? So the other guys are over here taking the shells.
Yep, they're collecting. They have one egg in one hand. They've got you guys as shells in the other hand. Particularly a Kansas shell and Valor's shell.
Mm, I'm gonna go to this guy. And go straight for an attack.
All right, that will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, so he reaches out and he launches at you with a fist. Even though your AC is lowered by 2, an 8 isn't going to connect with you. As you feel
Yeah.
something tap you. Once again, another tap on the butt pat of encouragement, of opportunity.
I kind of do like one of those like wild animal like snaps towards him.
Go ahead and continue your turn.
No touch.
And I will come over and go right at this guy. So that is going to be a bite attack.
You are at advantage, so that is a 19 minus 2. That's a 17. Absolutely hits.
So that's 13 damage.
13 points of damage to him. He remakes his save. He gets a 15 on the save. What's your DC, Mason?
14.
14. Con
Uh,
save.
so he breaks it and he says, I'll kill you for that, dog.
Wait, is this the one that I already bit?
Yes, I think so.
Oh. I'm going back to finish the job. I'm eating this one. I'm eating all of this one.
Okay. Actually, yeah, I do think that's the first. Yeah, it is. Looking at the path that he took, this is the one that you opened up against. I thought we were friends. I'll kill you. At the end of your turn, roll a d6, Brian.
That's right, D6. Yep. Yep.
From the front, Acanthus just says, I hear the bonds of friendship being shattered.
I shudder.
Rysug. Damn it.
Right.
Like rye bread and
Yeah.
sug slugs, which are like, escargot.
I'm not gonna think that he's a bread slug. That doesn't help.
So Raisa, seeing all of his family members go up over there, is gonna go up over there.
You can walk straight up if you like. It's just difficult terrain for one of the squares, so it'll be 15 feet, and I'll move your token if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, what I would like up.
I would like uppies.
Uppies, please.
Uppies, please.
All right, that was 15 feet to climb up there. Because you're all large creatures, you can do that. If you had made your dragon normal sized or small, you'd have to use the stairs.
So I've used 15 feet.
Correct.
So I
You guys can walk over those eggs. That's just a representation of them actually carrying it. They don't actually take up that amount of space anymore now that they're empty. They're just things.
Um, predatory actions kind of take over. Let's see. I can see a lot more now, so I'm discovering parts of the map.
Yeah, definitely.
uh,
For reference, since you've been relatively blind,
I went up that way.
your friends all went that way.
Yeah. But there's tasty meat right here.
It absolutely is.
Um,
And you are raging. You're in
yeah,
primal fury.
Primal Fury. This guy is the closest target. Raishug will come. He doesn't like walk over the ledge. He powers through it, causing this dust and debris and rock to fly up. And this just head comes out of the smoke. And he opens his mouth and he breathes deep for the first time. And he feels that organ clench. And he's going to breathe corrosive gas onto this poor idiot right here.
For the first time, I actually realized that you don't have an all-seeing eye since you're our stream master and producer. So I just threw out Theros, but next time we'll have an all-seeing eye that I'll keep wherever the action's going, so that the viewers at home can keep track of things. And because Ray's good at not metagaming,
Yeah.
but I put Sir Theros out there, and then I shrunk him to the size of Pogo.
There we go. So we can all see the action. All right.
Yep, but
So
he doesn't exist. He's not really there. Maybe I'll get a token of the Watcher and just hope Disney doesn't sue us.
Just get like a cameraman.
so this guy needs to make a
Oh,
dexterity
jeez.
saving throw.
All right, let me go ahead and mark your breath weapon being
Oh,
used.
frick.
If he fails,
Yours is nasty.
he takes a -5 to his AC for the next minute.
He gets a 20.
Well, it's not pleasant. It burns. Doesn't really do any damage.
But as you blow this out, you see that the leathers on him just start to melt and burn. The clasps start to fall apart, and the clothes start falling off of him. He goes, huh?
And I'll use the rest.
Now there's a big naked ogre.
Yeah. And I'll just
Undo it. Undo it.
move up to him. That way, that pointy thing he has can't touch me.
Yeah, you got it. Anything further?
Breath weapon as action. That's I think that's everything I can do.
All right, Eclipsia.
I am going to speak to Acanthus and tell him to move over to the right a little bit. And then I'm going to hold the Magnified Gravity spell,
Oh, jeez.
which says that objects not worn or carried, you have to make a check in order to move them.
Fog cloud disappears as you hold that spell.
We didn't
It
need
did
it
its
anyway.
job.
You said over to
I
the
mean,
right.
it definitely changed the flow of the battle. I'll tell you that.
It's very helpful.
I had to make sure we all didn't have a blind sight first. I wanted to make sure it wasn't like a racial thing for like gem dragons or something. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get them killed if you guys don't have blind sight.
Everything's a disadvantage. We can't find Rysug anymore.
Well, I'm evil. My obsidian dragons are evil, so I'm like, I feel like I would do it anyway at this point. I come out the hero. It's fine.
Something they talk about in the book that I think would be really funny is they've got all these different body types, but none of you have hands except for her.
Oh, Balor. Balor's also a worm body type.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So they both have hands, but if it wasn't for that, if they had chosen the different body types, I could defeat you with a door.
Yeah, that's true.
It would be like claptrap and stairs.
We're not designed for this.
They close the door. Adventure's over. Back to Azria.
Well, Ray's basically a barbarian. He would just do what barbarians do best and just shoulder check the door until it splinters.
Pretty much, yeah. But at the end of your turn, Eclipsia, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Nope.
Gosh, your breath weapon's terrifying. Valor.
Okay. I've just witnessed someone carrying my egg right about now. And right now, my entire
Yep.
game plan of focusing on helping the dragon eggs, immediately my pride is being checked right now. That belongs to me. How dare you touch it? And with it, I don't even care if there's two ogres behind me right now. My thought process is get this guy. I open my wings yet again, and I blast myself soaring over Rysog, Skog Doden, and I slam into him as I dive into him. And I'll just go ahead and roll myself a bite attack. Oh boy.
All right, so that's going to provoke from the bolt launcher on the left. The other one had already used his reaction. So the one that is not still flaming is going to try and he crits. So as you turn and you launch, he just takes his fist and slams it down on the flat of your back, right above your back hips, dealing 15 points of bludgeoning damage. But you are just overtaken by the rage. You launch yourself across the room, flying, landing hard. Where are you? Right there. Ooh, you don't get flanking from there. So you get an 11 minus 4. That's a 7 to hit. It misses. As when you do, he lurches back and starts swinging that chain above his head, ready to slam it down on you.
I hiss at him and I growl at him, and I'm very much upset. There's not even words that begin to be audible at this point. And with my bonus action, I look him up and down, and I say, "There's nothing impressive here."
It's the neck.
Oh boy. I look at the neck. Go for the neck! And that's the end of my turn.
All right, so this guy, he's going to use his ability since it recharged. Since it, since Skog Doden's the one biting his leg again, he's going to try and use it on you, and he's going to try and chain smash you upside the head again.
No, no.
Gonna knock him unconscious again.
Oh, he almost crit on it too, but he got
Oh.
a 20 to hit you. I need you to make a con save,
Mm.
as he does 10 points of bludgeoning damage across your face. Oh no!
Oh no.
As he just gets you in that same spot again, he says, "Go to sleep!" Slam, and you do.
What does my inspiration do for me?
Oh, actually, no. You are raging, and your rage says that you have advantage on saves
Advantage on all this stuff.
against being knocked unconscious. So you get a nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
So a nat 20 succeeds. You are not knocked unconscious. Um, but in regards to that question, treat your inspiration at my tables like a luck point. You can either
Okay.
give yourself advantage on a roll, or you can force, or you could re-roll one of your things. You can't force someone else's re-roll, but you can use it
Right.
to re-roll one of your rolls.
Okay.
Does that make sense, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Perfect. All right, but he knocks the mess out of you for 10 damage, and you feel yourself losing consciousness as he hits that same spot where a little lump appeared last time. And the rage deep within you shakes you and says, "You are the forest, and the forest will not fall." The other brute sees this going on, and he is going to swing that chain above his head, send it flying as he tries to chain smash Valor.
All right.
He's the one holding your egg, by the way.
Oh man.
But he gets an 8 to hit you. You see it coming. You are too angry, even with the -2 to your AC. And it slams to the ground next to you and you glare at him.
I hiss and I bite.
Maybe Kitty is the right description here.
This one sees you guys, and he's going to take a shot, and he's going to shoot at the closest enemy, which is going to be you, Rysug. But a 6 will not connect, and then he's going to reposition.
Ching.
Acanthus.
All right, I was told to move out of the way. So going to the right. So I will trust my nest mate. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm not sure how far to go. But then I hear something go off behind me.
Whoop.
Which, does magnify gravity do damage?
It does.
Yes.
Mm.
So magnified gravity, that's a con save, right?
Yes, it is.
He gets a nat 20 for a total of 23. So he will take 6, cut in half to 3 force damage.
Okay. He gets a reroll against toxic pheromone.
And he saves.
All right. As Acanthus turns, those vents once again open up under his chest, but he breathes in actually through these vents as all this dust and pollen begins to get pulled into him from the flowers surrounding his chest. And I'm going to use my second breath weapon.
Hold on 1 second, because before you do that, you're going to see something a little different.
Oh, okay. What do I observe?
Look north.
Oh, hello! More friends!
Look east.
More friends stealing more eggs. Oh, hmm. Mm.
More friends stealing more eggs. And they see you.
No.
Okay. I'm going to stick with my original plan, and I'm going to prime this guy. So I'm going to breathing it pollen in through the vents on my chest and breathing out through my mouth. Shock pollen, which is a 40-foot line. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no, and isn't he vulnerable?
No, not yet. This this actually does fun little trippy stuff. So shock pollen does not do damage yet. Shock pollen primes them to take damage. So if he fails his dex save, he becomes charged with electrical energy for 1 minute. The next time he's affected by a weapon attack, it discharges the energy, and he takes bonus lightning damage equal to my breath weapon damage.
Oh, that's real bad.
Yeah, but it looks like he saved.
He got a
So,
6.
oh, he got a 6?
Now.
Okay, then yeah, he is this like pinkish pollen just fires out from Acanthus's mouth. It covers him, and there's this a little sort of pinkish electrical charge surrounding him. The next time anyone hits him with a natural weapon attack or any weapon attack of any kind, they take breath weapon damage, which counts as my damage, in addition to the natural weapon stuff.
Oh goodness. That's
Um,
bad, and that's how come he didn't want to squeeze. Dang it, Mason.
and I'm going to step back over here, and then I'm going to look over at Eclipsia and says, more friends and eggs, and yes.
Yep,
And that's
so
going to end my turn.
I'm going to send an arrow. Only Canthus should be able to see this, and the all-seeing eye, if it ventures this way. But here's another guy with another cart. There is a large group of people, and they are well armed and wearing armor.
Also, I think I was spotted, so they might be coming this way. But I feel like
You
that's a
hear
bad
a
thing.
war cry bellow through.
Okay, I think they may be coming. Yes.
That's going to end my turn. I do not recharge my breath weapon.
Fantastic. Moving forward. Starting this campaign off with a bang and pulling the whole dungeon in one fight.
But if they come within 15 feet of me, they have to become my friend.
It's mandatory.
Yep. This guy is still on fire, so he takes 19 points of damage. At disadvantage, he's going to try and shoot Rysug.
Ryan.
I'll get it right, man. I'll get it right. I promise. Heard. Understood. At disadvantage, that's a 14 to hit you. You don't have the -2 penalty.
Nope.
So he hits and crashes into you. The bolt colliding hard, but breaking against your armor. This guy, who was just hit with a bunch of pollen, coughs and moves 20 feet.
I believe he starts partially inside my toxic pheromone field, so he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, he does.
He also has to make a save to move the cart since the cart is not being worn.
Saves for both.
Okay.
Clipsy is just tagging along for this ride. He dashes 20 feet.
Strong Olga.
This guy bellows out and he goes, "Crew, get them!" And Krug will comply.
I just realized we always pull the whole dungeon.
You do, don't you?
We like in games even outside of what we streamed, we pull the whole dungeon.
Yep.
We are not a stealth party.
A javelin comes flying at you for a 9 as it bounces off the ground next to you, and he bellows out in protest. Top of the round, would you like a minute?
Okay.
How
So
are
down
things on
here,
the backside?
well, right now we're cleaning up. However, the out of the three of us, I think Sko Doden is actually the healthiest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, you also have one guy coming back from behind us, so like one of the archers split up and is heading towards you from behind.
Okay. We can probably take that. But we do have the whole dungeon pulled. We need to try and secure a room.
Let's see here. I remember last time if we chugged down our eggshells, that could heal us up back. So we can go for another wave of fighting after that. So we need to
Okay.
get back to our eggs and see if we can eat something, and then go back into it. What I
Okay.
could do?
You each have a chunk of your eggs inside your mouth that you can use as that potion.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
Well, that's what that giant flower on the side of my cheek has been. Okay.
Acanthus, do you think you'd be strong enough to pull the cart away from the ogre?
Maybe, probably. I could
'Cause
also
if
always try and straight up restrain him.
that works too.
I can
Because if
grapple him, hold him.
can you could always grapple him, fly up, and then drop him from very high. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna or I think we should try to get the cart back to the rest of the group because if we all surround the carts and they won't be able to, they'll have to come to us. At which point we all have breath weapons and they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Your minute's up. Skog Doden.
I am going to bite this guy in the throat.
Go for it.
I
Make
keep
your
reaching
attack
for
at
my
advantage for rage.
Yes. I just click it once though, right? Because
Yep, just click it once. It'll automatically roll at advantage.
Okay. Oh, you're hitting that guy.
It's
Hopefully
a
you hit.
16 minus 4 is a 12. 12 will hit for 16 points of piercing damage.
Yay!
All right. And there we go. I think you're hitting him off market, right?
and because of
He
like the
is the
last
marked
hit,
target. Go ahead and roll your thing. Go ahead, Skogdoven, I'm sorry.
uh, because I got hit with that last thing, I'm gonna do like a bonus action. And have you seen Chronicles of Riddick?
I have.
You know the cat-like beasts that kind of like shake their scales and like change into like a red. That's kind of
Yeah.
how my scales change. So
Fantastic. I love it.
because I'm also a mood ring, and where I'm
It is
raging,
part of your thing, yeah.
it is.
Well, here's the thing. With that 19, when you bite into him, you bite the area that Balor does, and then he stands and he looks at you. He gets angry. He goes to swing, and when he does, he falls over and hits the ground. His blood splatters on you. You match that shade of red, and he's dead.
Yay!
Excellent.
Anything you'd like to do with the rest of your turn?
Eat.
That takes an action.
That no.
All right, go ahead and roll a d6. Let's see if you recharge.
I'm so used to having two mouses at work. It's driving me nuts because I keep like reaching for something else. I hate it so much.
One, you do not get another use of your breath weapon yet. This is going to be our 5-minute warning, so let's see how fast we can go.
Cha, 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 cha,
This
cha,
guy
cha.
charges into battle. Rysug, your turn.
Rysug bite.
You go up and you bite the one on fire.
Oh man.
Oh. Ow.
Oh.
Ow.
Ouch.
Oh!
Oh.
Roll that twice because it's a crit and dice are doubled.
Oh my word.
Valor. So that's going to
There we
be. Hold on, I'll get roll 20 to do this for me.
37, 57, 59.
67 points of damage to this guy.
Oh, yeah, I didn't count that.
Ooh. Ow.
As you reach out and you just slam into him, and you feel your mouth go through the chest cavity into and bite just pure heart, and you rip it out. He hits the ground and you start shaking.
Yeah, just ripping out head, whipping side to side. It's tearing the heart and throwing the rib cage left and right, and the guts, and it's just hanging off of him. And he will then, he sees his brothers behind him. Seem, they look like they got that. He will then run his 40 feet. To the next one.
Fantastic.
Can I bite my eggshell in my mouth?
Yep, bonus action. You bite your eggshell. That counts as a greater healing potion for you. That's 20 health to you.
Nice.
I believe that brings you to 45, right?
Yes.
This guy dashes, this guy dashes, this guy dashes. That brings us to Eclipsia. Rysug, at the end of your turn, roll a d6.
I was just about to do that. Yay!
You get your breath weapon back, Eclipsia.
I am going to hold an action to use telekinesis on the cart after the ogre is no longer touching it.
Okay. What's going to make him not touch it, out of curiosity?
I'm hoping Acanthos with his grapple ability, with his
Oh,
death
fair
hooks.
enough.
Mm-hmm.
Balor, your turn. Eclipsia, do you need to recharge your breath weapon?
I've been trying and it still has not.
Okay. Bonus action. Actually, has this creature already been examined by me, or has it not been examined by me?
He has not.
All right. My bonus action. I will examine him just as well, and I will see the same exact weakness. Going for his jugular.
Nice.
All right. And let's see here. First, I will definitely move into range here and bite him. What? Oh boy, that is lots of damage.
Ooh.
All
Very
right,
nice.
so you roll up to him and you bite him after studying him. You get an 18 minus 1 is a 17. 17's absolutely going to hit for 36 and 8 is 44 points of damage total. 8 of that is fire. Let me apply that damage before I make this future attack roll. Yeah, as you roll up and you go to that weak spot, and once again you crunch, just like your brother Rysug, the Steely Doom, straight into his heart through the steel chains. You feel them snap within, just as easy as the bone does, and he hits the ground, no longer holding your egg. Dead.
I absolutely just scream at this guy, and I say to in a very loud, gestured voice, "No one steals anything from me. It is part of me." It begins my horde. That's the end of my turn.
Awesome. I realize we are close to the end, and I promise I'm just going to read something and move a few things.
Oh, who's this guy?
All right, an ogre
I'll
moves
say
into
guy.
range as they start to bottleneck into this area where Acanthus is holding tight, throwing javelins, not able to connect. This one's going to move into area and also go to attack.
Oh, I
Did
think
your
the all-seeing
all-seeing
eye got
eye?
deleted.
No,
Did it?
it got moved.
Oh, move it wherever you want it to go.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Here you go. Big group.
All right, that's a nat 20, so that will hit. So it looks like that does 13.
Yep, he's going to move over to right here. He launches a javelin, and this one does manage to hit for 13 points of damage. Are you still up?
Yep, still good.
This guy is alive, so he's going to take a shot at Rysug. With a 17 to hit Rysug, I believe hits for 14 piercing damage, releasing one of those bolts. I believe that will provoke an attack of opportunity as he moves out of your reach, though.
Yes, it does.
Go ahead and make your attack. And we are at Acanthus. A
All right.
14 minus 4, or you're not minusing, a 14 will hit for 27 points of damage.
Yes.
He is bloody. He's not looking good.
I saw this guy go in here. Hold on, I was here, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Grapple check against this guy.
All right.
If he chooses athletics, he is at disadvantage.
I mean, he has to. Here we go.
Damn, I rolled crap on that.
So he gets an 8.
Um, I rolled a 7.
You try to grapple him, and he swats you away.
Can I
Okay.
give Mason my inspiration or no?
You cannot.
Can I use my inspiration?
You can roll it again. You have to beat Nate.
That is a 14.
You grab him.
He is grappled. I'm going to drag him back this way. It's at half speed because he's. See, I said he had used 30 feet to get there. So I have 80 feet left. I'm going to pull him back over to here. Just dragging him right along to here. And if I can, I'm going to hug him in such a way that I'm using him as a ogre shield.
Absolutely can position him that way. Give
Okay.
yourself. You're the same size, so that's going to be half cover.
Okay. So that's a bonus 2.
Yeah, it's going to be a bonus 2. This one is going to launch a javelin at you with a 22 to hit you for 11, Acanthus.
Okay, I'm
Actually,
still up.
Actually, he's got a line. He doesn't have line of sight on you anymore. He's going to move to where he is, and he launches it at Eclipsia. So I believe that hits Eclipsia for 11 damage.
No, they can't understand me, but in Draconic, I'll say it's about time you actually land a hit.
You yell that out, and then your held action goes off. You were holding a telekinesis, right?
I can move it 300 feet because now it is now an untended object, and I will move it 300 feet back towards past all of my hatchling mates, all the way behind all of the the 3 line of dragons that are there, snarling and primal and angry, and I'm gonna move all the that cart of eggs right back behind everyone. Back, hopefully, closer to where we started, to kind of make it to where we can kind of like hold a line almost against the upcoming wave.
Rysug and Skog Doden, Balor, you just see this the cart floating, surrounded by this strange energy before it lands back into the pit where you were born.
Not food.
Not food.
Not food.
This one is going to move and throw at Canthus, who is holding the line.
I didn't get a chance to say it, but I do have my bonus action, right? To use that to eat
Yes.
my shell. Okay, and that's a
Yes,
greater.
you do. It is. It's 20 health. That'll bring us to
Okay.
the end of the round.
So that'll be
You
it.
will just get to see the. Here we go. Did you already add it to your token?
Yep, just did.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to read this, and we're going to call it a night. I appreciate everyone sticking around for it, especially our friends on the East Coast. Let's see. Got to skip that. Got to skip that. The one they call Krug has skin that is sickly green-gray, mottled with scars from skirmishes and raids. His massive form is too big even for his token art. As it includes armor ripped from fallen knights and patches of hide from slain beasts. It clinks and clatters with each movement, and every time he takes a step, you see infernal runes light up on that oversized arm connected to the great sword, the greater sword that he wields. Adding to his formidable presence, around his thick, muscular neck hangs a gruesome necklace of dragon scales, dragon pieces, claws, and teeth, trophies from his raids that glint dully in the dim light. Each a testament to his success slaying your kin, Canthus. He points at you, deep and guttural, and he barks orders, directing their efforts with an authority that brooks no dissent. And as you step in front of Krug Bone Smasher, we're going to end our tale for tonight. I would like to thank all of you. Once again, this has been the CEN with my wonderful players, Ray, Mason, Rose, Brian, and introducing Nos to our team of adventurers. As we have joined with Dragonflight, and we can't wait to see what happens next Friday, same time, same dragon place. And I'm being John. If you liked what we did, liked what we saw, give us a like, subscribe, ring the notification bell in our ongoing boss battle against the YouTube algorithm, the ultimate of BBEGs. And until next week, guys, stay scaly.
Bye, everyone.